Friday to you. You're watching Foodie Friday on MX24. My name's Kaylee Jade Brewer, and this lovely show is proudly sponsored by Gino because they truly care. And also Secotech. If you're looking for blenders, air fryers, microwaves, anything you could possibly need that has power, precision, and perfection, you need to go out there and grab yourself something from Secotech. You can find them at East Legon Boundary Road near the new roundabout, and you can give them a call on 0244 561 052. That's 0244 561 052. And follow them on social media at Secotech Ghana on social media. Well, today is going to be a special day. I'm so excited to be back in the kitchen. We're about to make some of my personal favorites, and I did not tell the chef that this was my personal favorite. He sprung it up on me, and I just fell in love with the idea. Today, we're making the almighty loaded fries, and we're also making shawarmas as well. And I'm here with the one, the only Chef Kirk. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, this one I give you professional voice. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you too?
I'm doing amazing. It's good to have you here.
Pleasure.
I'm excited. We have lots of ingredients over here.
Okay.
We have some sauteed chicken. We have some sauteed beef in the corner over here. We also have sausages, lettuce, and a whole host of veggies, and some fries as well.
Yeah.
So, what are we doing?
All right. So today we are having a popular street food. That's the loaded fries and the shawarma. You know, everyone wants to taste that one, so we try to make it very simple and easy for everyone to just have it at try at home. And
Sweet.
Just,
So I realized that Chef Kirk's recipe has something a little different from the conventional thing, which is eggs. So where are the eggs going?
The eggs will go into the loaded fries.
How?
Yeah, because it has this kind of taste that it blends it. Okay. It's different. So you're not doing regular things here. You don't do normal things here, you know.
We don't do normal things over here.
Normal things,
I'm here for that. So let's get started. I know you have some leftover broth over here
Yeah.
from when you made the chicken and the beef as well. So what would you like to start with?
All right, so we'll start with the vegetables. Let's start with the vegetables
Okay,
first.
so sauteing the vegetables. All right. So we are sauteing the veggies in the leftover broth and oil.
Yeah.
All right. Why is that?
But because we can't consume this raw like that. We have to saute it and make it very soft to be able to consume because it has fries beneath it as a base and has eggs and a lot of protein in it. This is also hard. You understand? So if you don't saute these vegetables and make it soft, it wouldn't be. It will be painful, you know.
And that's the gospel according to Chef Kirk.
Yeah,
All right. So we have this on the fire. But let's talk about you. I'm very interested. We met at an event recently that MX24 sent us over to. It was a jollof battle. An amazing time was had. And all the chefs and foodie influencers, foodpreneurs, everybody in between that loves food was present. So Foodie Friday was there too some. And we met you, we had a nice little conversation, chopped it up. But it would be very nice to get to know you and introduce you to our viewers. So for Chef Kirk, at what point did Chef Kirk fall in love with food and cooking?
All right, it all started from childhood, you know. I come from a typical African home.
Okay.
My mom won't watch you sit down and watch TV, and she'll do the cooking for you. So I'm always in the kitchen. She'll always be like, yo, do this, do that. And I thought she was worrying me or disturbing, but later I didn't realize that, nah, it was the best thing. So growing up, I realized this is my part. Let me just focus on it and take it serious and just work with it. And God being so good, everything is working out perfectly. And I'm trying my best by the grace of God. And yeah, it's all good. So that's how it goes.
So at what point did you choose that you want to go professional with it? Because you have your Instagram page, you have your social media going up and everything.
That was around, way back in 2021. Yeah, after high school, I was home for like 2 years and I realized, nah, I can do this. Why won't I just focus on this and just work on it? So I started working with great chefs in their kitchen, learning from them, taking some 1 or 2 tips and things from them. Also learning from YouTube as well and doing my own practicals at home. Sometimes I can cook for my boys, use my own money, practice on something and cook for them. And everything turns out perfectly and that was how we just got there and we are still in it.
Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely. I believe the oil is hot.
Okay.
So what are we throwing in? The bell peppers?
So the bell peppers or the onions. The onions could go first as well.
Okay.
So let's have
Putting
it.
some of that in there.
Okay. All right. So, sorry.
All right. Let me assist you with that. Okay.
The fire is low. And let's add the bell pepper as well.
All right. So green bell peppers going
Yeah.
in and red bell peppers as well. Sweets. And honestly, I wish you could come into the kitchen to taste Chef Kirk's marinade. It's heavenly. He used lots of really nice spices. I saw some thyme and some oregano and other things going in. Lovely, 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 lovely. What's happening next?
Yeah, so let's add our carrots to it.
Carrots?
Yeah. So you get the picture now.
It's making sense. It's getting somewhere.
Yeah,
it's getting somewhere. Okay, so this mix is for?
This for the loaded fries.
The loaded fries. Ah, I see. When was the first time you actually made loaded fries?
Oh, that was quite a long time ago.
What was that like?
That was like, I think 2 years ago. I actually did this before it was even trending.
Yeah?
Yeah, so when it came online, I was like, why is everyone so hard about this? And because this is something, has been something normal I used to do all the time.
Right, it's crazy. In Ghana, it's like people would discover something late, and then it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
And then once you're buying it, automatically it's 200 cedis. Anywhere you go, it's 200 cedis.
Crazy, right? Yeah.
And some people will say fully loaded, and you go and buy it, and there's no cheese on the loaded fries. One time I ordered loaded fries from a vendor, and they put cabbage inside, and I cried. I was in pain. They're crying that I crew and crewed. It was just
it happens like that because the loaded fries itself, getting the ingredients is expensive.
Yes.
Because so we food vendors normally do that just to stabilize their costing and things. Just that they don't really go into it like wasting money and things. You understand? Yeah. So I think they just do that to add up to save money.
But what's it like for you being a chef, a personal chef slash food vendor? How did you venture into that space eventually? I know you said you finished school, you weren't really doing anything, you realized it was something you could do, but who was your first client? How did you bag your first client?
Okay, so talking of bagging the first client, that was on Instagram, right? So I think I posted the noodles. I did some normal stir fry and I put it on my page and someone just DM'd me, wow, this looks so nice and she would love to try it. And I thought she was joking.
She?
Yeah, it was a she, yeah, she was a she.
Oh, really?
She's called Mary, yeah. Come on, really?
Mary?
Yeah, so she was like, she would love to try it, so let's fix something. And I gave her the estimate and I thought she was joking. I realized she took my details and she made payments.
Sweet.
I went to prep everything for her and I delivered it to her. And she now started recommending me to her friends. And I was like, fine, we have a business now, so let's do it. And doing that, I was working as well in a restaurant, and combining the two alone was a bit. There was pressure, but you have to just do it.
Found a way through.
Yeah,
I'm curious. You being a business owner, I want you to teach us a little something about business. What do you think makes such a business go far? Is it the quality of the food, or is it just the recommendations people give? Because there are some people who have the hype. But then you purchase from them and it's not all that, but they still have repeat customers, although they know that the quality is not the best.
So one thing is consistency in your taste. Yeah, you have to be very consistent in your taste. You have to maintain one taste. If it's a measurement you are using, it has to be that one every day and every day. Make sure that everything is on point. And also, customer care, like how you respond with your customers and things. You talk to them, you ask them to recommend it to their friends, and make sure whenever there's a first customer too, you always make sure that you serve them really, really well and properly. And so
So the beef is going in now?
Yeah, the beef is going in now.
Yes, sweet.
So, yeah.
All right.
Everything.
Yes. So yes, you were saying taking care of your customers.
So taking care of your customers and also making sure they get their orders on time. Some delivery guys are very, very silly because they can have your orders. They can take your orders and they'll take it away and you'll get there and the food is messed up and they'll think you are not doing the right thing, but it's mostly because of them. So you will have to check all those things too. Those who transport your food to your customers as well. And it has to be hot all the time and fresh, you understand? So when they open the flavor and it's shell and be like, oh wow, this is food.
Actually, but with you saying consistency and paying attention to detail, I got that from you. You enter the kitchen, you're like, this is what I want, this is exactly how I need it. And you are not going to compromise or skimp on quality. So yeah, Chef Kirk is a full professional.
A little seasoning to it, so just spice it up.
So we're throwing in some seasoning. There's sausages in here, beef, the vegetables, and the works. Everything is going in nicely to be sauteed for the loaded fries. So what are you throwing in next?
So we have our Gino cubes over here.
We have some powdered
pepper, some, I think, powdered garlic and ginger powdered, and some natural herbs over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll help you stir.
Yeah.
Hey, nice.
Over here.
Sweet.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, so while this is in, let's start prepping our sauce. There's this special sauce we used to do, which it's my special sauce though, but
Put us on. Teach us something.
yeah. So let's make a sauce for. I call it a magic sauce.
Okay.
So with the sauce, I have my mayonnaise here. Okay.
Okay, so some mayo goes
Yeah,
in.
some mayo goes in here first.
And with mayonnaise, we only use the best. We only use Jago mayonnaise over here from GB Foods.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
What
mayonnaise
else?
and you add a little ketchup. Just a little one. Yeah, that's cool. And your honey.
Ah.
Yeah.
Here's a spoon.
So with the honey and the sauce.
Okay.
So, and I think we have to add lemon juice. So you have to squeeze a little lemon into it, just to add some sourness, because it's not supposed to be sweet throughout, you know. So you blend the taste in. Okay, so. Okay, I think this is cool.
Sweet.
All right.
So how did you come up with the recipe for this sauce?
Oh, okay. This sauce, you know, there was this regular one we were all doing, but I thought of it and I just sat there and I was like, nah, I can't be part of the normal people because I don't do normal things. So
At all.
So I had to just come up with something, and I tried it and tried it again, and it wasn't working out. And I noticed it's about the measurements and the quantity. You understand? So most of them use a lot of the mayonnaise and the ketchup, and it makes it too sweet.
Yeah.
But with this, adding the honey and the lemon to it, you know, the lemon is very sour. So it adds up and it makes it like, I don't know, find out yourself.
Okay, so let me have a taste. Let's see what that's like. Just a quick little dab. I see what you were doing over there.
It slaps, right?
It slaps.
Thank you.
So basically, the acidity of the lemon adds to the acidity of the tomato ketchup.
Yep,
But then it balances the sweetness between the honey and everything else in there.
that's right.
It makes sense. How do you develop your recipes? It's spiritual. Oh, share your secret. Share your secret.
Oh, come on.
Not all, just small. How do you normally go through it? Because someone can say, okay, we're making a pot of pasta. But then the way you would make it is always different. So how do you decide, okay, this is what I'm going to use, this is what I'm not going to use, this is how I'm going to formulate my recipe to make it different?
Like I said, so I kept on trying and trying. You try it out and you taste it and it doesn't come out perfectly, then you have to do it again. You bring something out and add something to it. And yeah, like I said, consistency. Keep doing it and doing it and doing it and you have what you want. So I got here and I was like, fine, let me just work with this. And everything was okay.
But with being realistic though, buying ingredients in Accra is not cheap at all. So how do you manage to stomach the pain of having to do trial and error and basically wasting ingredients when things don't go well? How do you deal with that?
There's one thing I've always advised myself to invest in myself, to invest in my craft, invest in my knowledge. So the little money I get, I just, I'm getting vegetables, I'm getting cheese, I'm getting eggs, I'm getting this, groceries all the time.
Well, we have our sauteed beef and veggies with the sausage over here. It's all ready. So what are we doing next, Chef
All right,
Kirk?
so since you're all set now, so now we could just start. Our fries are ready too as well. So,
Yes, our fries are ready.
so can I get a bowl?
Yes, you may.
All right.
There you go.
We almost forget our eggs, our scrambled eggs.
Ah, yes. Let me
The
help you
eggs are
out there.
optional though, but like I said, I don't do normal things, so yeah. Let me just do this for today. So you beat it or you whisk it.
All right, so the eggs are about to go in.
Yeah, is our oil hot?
Yes,
yeah,
our oil is very hot.
Very hot, so yeah.
Let me help you rinse this out.
All right, thank you. So while our egg is on the fire, let's just start laying this. And you know, the loaded fries, mostly they are in layers. Yeah, they are in layers, and some people normally just mix everything and think that's it, but it has to be in layers.
How
so
do you
that-
achieve the perfect layer?
How
How do
I
you layer your fries to make sure that you get enough sauce and cheese and meat in every layer?
Yeah, so you find out just now.
Okay, so let's see.
So the fries goes in first.
Okay.
The food is mostly use the big bowls to do it, but let's just do this.
Yeah, we do small demure portions over here because I eat like a lady. Flat tummy goals.
I also have flat tummy, you know.
Yeah, we have flat tummy
have flat
goals,
tummy,
6
yeah.
packs.
Yeah, we
We
have
get
flat
8
tummy.
pack, we get 6 packs.
Mine is
Yes.
actually 16.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's
Hey,
8 here and there's 8
Charlie,
here.
it's not easy to be sexy. It's
Charlie,
not easy
it's
at all.
not easy. All right, so with this, so you have your fries at the base for the first start. Then the second one goes the sauce.
Okay.
You have your first sauce at the base. Okay. It has to be saucy because so the sauce goes in there first. Then now we have our sauteed vegetables and protein.
Yes,
Can I
so
help
let me
them?
help you with that.
Yep.
Let's bring that a bit closer. Here you go. Here you go.
All right. Did you taste this?
I have my fork here, so I might as well. You know, I was trying to maintain composure on camera, but here we are.
They don't do it here.
Let's have a quick tasty taste. Trying to get a little bit of everything. Okay, there we go. That's a healthy size portion.
Are you maintaining season on the food?
Oh yes, we are maintaining steez. Let's
come
try this. Okay, chef.
All right, so we have it here now.
Your seasoning is A1. And Chef Kirk, we are sorry.
Thank you very much.
Apply pressure. Step on next. What are we doing next?
And you're regular, you know. So with this, so the first step was the fries. Then you sauce the fries. The second step was the protein and the vegetables that you stir fried.
Yes.
Then you sauce it a little bit, and now this is where you got confused. Eggs comes in,
Yes.
you know. So you make sure your sauces is everywhere. So every layer has sauce in it. Every layer has a sauce in there. So with your sauce here. Okay, so then our scrambled eggs also comes in.
Okay.
Oh, this is hot.
Yeah, fresh off the fire.
Yeah.
Now let me start up our microwave over here from our nice friends at
Thank
Sikotech.
you. Okay.
Ready?
So this, and we sauce it again.
Chai, wait, yeah. So we have some cheese over here.
Here we have some cheese over here.
Mozzarella cheese. Honestly, this is a really, really, really good mozza. I can't tell you where we bought it from because they haven't paid us for promo.
Yeah.
But this mozza is amazing. It's very milky.
See it from the color.
Not
Fresh.
salty at all. Very stringy. And the cheese pull on this is going to be immaculate. I can't wait for us to melt the cheese.
All right. So now we cheese it. Okay.
Okay.
But wait,
cheese
before
over.
that, I feel we need more sauce in here.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel we need more sauce in here. Yeah. So
Right.
do you remember the layers now?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell me?
So we have our sauteed veggies with the sausages and the beef.
Yeah.
At the bottom layer, we have some fries. The sauce goes on top, which has mayo, ketchup, honey, and lemon.
Yeah.
So that goes on top of the fries. Then you
Okay.
put the sauteed protein with veggies on top with the eggs, and then more sauce.
That's nice. Yeah,
And then the
very
cheese.
good student. I want to be like you one day, you know.
Oh, stop!
Gluten brains, they say.
Yeah, we do this for a living, Charlie.
All right, so yeah, you are cheesing it, and yeah, if you want it to be very, very cheesy, make sure you get cheese. And cheese is very expensive, please. Don't think it's just something you can get. Because if I should tell you the price of this, you'll be.
You cry baby
Yeah,
tears.
yeah. So.
Our producer is still crying in the back. Hi, Rookie.
So yeah, so we are cheesing it,
Okay.
and make sure the cheese fills every edges and every spaces, so that it could catch it up. Okay, right. So
All right.
that's it. Can you? Okay.
So put that in the microwave.
Wait, let me
Ooh,
just.
there's still more.
Yeah. So after
Okay.
cheesing it, This is where you get to impress your girlfriend, you understand? Yeah, so you do this.
He knows how to do designs. Garnish.
Add a little mayonnaise to it again.
Okay. And also, if you purchase mayonnaise and you want to put it in a squeeze bottle, sometimes mayonnaise is a little too thick. So a pro tip,
Yeah.
you can whip your mayonnaise in the jar before you put it into the squeeze bottle, and you can probably throw in just a little splash of water oil to loosen it up, so that when you're squeezing it, it comes out easily. So let's keep that in mind.
So we have a little spring onion as a garnish over here.
Okay.
Just to...
This looks lovely.
Okay.
Let's put this in the microwave, guys.
Thank
and
you.
up next is the shawarma.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm making street style Ghanaian shawarma. I have to put that out there for my Lebanese community because, yes, the way we make shawarma in the Lebanese community is different. We add tahine and then some hummus maybe, or toum, which is garlic paste.
Okay.
And some sumac spiced onions and tomatoes, parsley. Then we throw in the meat. But with the Ghana shawarma, clearly there's a big difference.
Yeah, very
We don't
big
add
difference.
any of that. It's all about sochi and, you know.
We're good to go.
Enumde. And we're back. Right before we went for commercial break, we put our loaded fries in our little electronic oven, aka a microwave or a microwave, depending on how you like to pronounce it. And the cheese is melting in there. But before we jump into our shawarma making segment, I want you to know that Gino truly cares. Let me put you on a little kitchen secret. One of the ingredients that can make your soups and your stews taste amazing is Gino tomato mix. It's thick, it's rich, it's red, just the way you like it. Trust me, your handwriting will never change. Every time you eat, it's going to be a banger because the consistency is A1. So you need to go grab yourself some Gino tomato mix where you can never go wrong. It gives your meals that deep red appeal, the texture, the mouth-watering goodness every single time. So go ahead and grab yourself some Gino tomato mix and also some Gino jollof mix that you can see in the background over there. Amazing for your jollof and your stews. Go ahead and grab some of that. Also with Sikotech, are you tired of blenders that cannot crush ice, that cannot crush anything, that cannot even blend tomatoes? If the answer is yes, you need to go over to Sikotech to grab yourself a nice new blender for your businesses, your home, or wherever you'd like to keep your blender, honestly. The number is 0244 561 052. That's 0244 561 052. They are located on the East Legon Boundary Road. Go ahead and grab yourself something nice from Sikotech. Power, precision, perfection. Over to you, Chef Kirk.
All right. So that was a quick one. So we are here for another session of our
Yes.
cooking
Yes, yes.
class. Let's say it's a class, right?
It's a master class,
It's
not just a
master
class.
So we are making shawarmas, and you know everyone wants to taste shawarma. And you know when you're making shawarma, you have to get this bread. This is Lebanese bread,
Yes, pita bread, yes.
pita bread. People call it shawarma bread. You find it in the malls. It's a locally made one. You understand? So with the starts, you have your bread. You split it into two. And normally the bread has a line in there, so just split it through the line. Then I think you have to like this.
Yes.
Okay, so see.
All right.
So first one will be the base like this. You lay it like this. Then we have to go with our sauce. And before that, our shawarma filling, it goes with vegetables and proteins. You understand? Vegetables and spice, proteins with herbs and some sauces in it. And you roll it and you wrap it up and get to shawarma. So we have our bread here. So it goes like this. So the first thing is the sauce. You guys remember this sauce, right?
Yes.
The magic sauce.
Yes.
Right. So, but you know this has a little color because I added a powdered pepper. That's a red Kenyan pepper to make it very spicy. You understand? So our sauce goes in there first.
I'm curious, why do you layer both pieces of bread on top of each other before you roll?
No, you know that actually it has to be like this, but I just do it for the record's sake.
But how come you split it?
Yeah, you split it to make it heavy. You understand? When you use just one, some people use one, but I split it to make it heavy and like lengthy to roll it well.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So for the rolling.
Yeah, so
Nice. Okay, so sauce going in.
So you have your sauce in here.
And in case you're just tuning in, this magic sauce is made with Jago mayonnaise, some ketchup, honey, and of course a splash of lime or lemon juice to balance out the acidity. And he also added a bit of cayenne pepper to have a little kick in there.
Sure.
Got that down.
So we have our vegetables here.
Okay.
It's lettuce. You can use any vegetables of your choice, but we're using lettuce here. So you have your lettuce for the second thing.
Okay.
You understand? So
I like how we're compensating with more veggies in this because of the loaded fries that have barely any. Okay, good.
Goes in there. Then I think you can have another sauce on it for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. So to make it more juicier.
Okay.
Now you're going with your fries. Remember the fries. So basically, it's the same ingredient for the loaded fries. The same ingredients we use there. That's the same thing we're using here for the loaded fries too.
Right.
As well for the shawarma as well. Sorry. So you have your fries on board. Okay. So this goes in here. Then we come with our mighty protein. And this is a chicken shawarma. This is a chicken shawarma. But like I said, we don't do normal things here, so I'll add up some sausages to make it more heavier.
Sweet. And also with making shawarmas, your cut of chicken that you would always prefer, should always prefer, would be the thigh. Because thigh meat happens to catch a lot of seasoning better. It's softer, it doesn't get dry,
Very
it stays
juicy.
tender and juicy. So chicken thighs are always the way to go. You can get your chicken thighs and then debone them, or you can get boneless chicken thighs at your local supermarket. So yeah, sausages going in.
Okay, that's okay.
Hey, Chef Kirk wants to overfeed me today. Oh.
Then we come with our sauce again.
Okay.
Can I have the pepper? Okay. So normally people add this Kenyan pepper to it directly, but you know I mixed it with the sauce already, so you don't have to now come pour pepper for top. It go enter your eye. It go out. Yeah. So with this, and now we're working with the dressing. So go like this. Then your mayonnaise also goes in. Fearful.
What's the name of fearful? You don't want the mayonnaise to squeeze.
So this is it.
Beautiful.
So this is why you asked your question. So now I hope your questions have been answered now.
Let's see.
So here is it. So fine. Let's go. Let me make it very much more easier.
Okay.
So now first you roll it like this. Very tight. Very tight like this. Tight too. It has to be tight. Then you bring it here again. Okay. Then you roll it.
Ah, I see.
So rolling it, then you lock. It's super loaded, that's why this is stubborn.
Alright, and then what? It goes into the pan to...
It goes into the pan.
Okay, get it together. Yes. So our shawarma has been in the pan. It's been cooking nicely, nice and toasted. Let's transfer that to aluminum foil.
So now we're rolling it.
Okay.
The same way we did with the wraps. Very tight. Don't leave any space in there. Roll it tight. Like how Blacko said, roll it tight.
Yeah. Okay.
So tell me, can't you make this at home and you go and waste like almost 80 cedis or 120 cedis just in getting this?
So it's 150 in some places. Some people are selling shawarma for 150.
That's not loaded. This is loaded, extra loaded.
We have our loaded fries almost ready. We're melting the cheese. The shawarma is already ready. Would you like to cut into that?
Yeah.
All right.
And don't forget, before having this tasty chicken and other protein in there, we use our Gino. Where's the cube? Yeah, we use the cube.
No, it's actually
And the other, we use the curry too as well to season our chicken, and everything was on point. So now, decision time.
All right, so let's see. Oh no, you cut over to
All
you.
right, so I prefer the other knife though. Okay.
Ah, success. And you know the shawarma is creamy and juicy because you could see everything just coming out of there. Oh yeah, film the shawarma, film the shawarma, film the shawarma.
It's creamy, juicy. can see that, right?
Sweet.
Yeah, so
Let me grab our fries from the microwave.
you can make this at
actually.
home.
And voila, our food is ready. We have the shawarma over here with the loaded fries. Let me just pick this up. It's so heavy. I wasn't made for this. It's so heavy.
Yeah.
But look at this. Look at this beauty over here. Garnished with some spring onions and some carrots. And cameraman, I want you to zoom into the cut of this shawarma. Can you see? Look at the perfection, the layers. So beautiful. All right, so what do I even try first? I'm so spoiled for choice. I think I would like to try the fries first.
Okay.
Okay, so we're about to taste test. The cheese pull is immaculate. You just get a little bit of everything. The fork is failing me, man. All right, good. 1, 2.
Slaps. Okay.
Wow.
So now you can feel everything.
What's different for me is that the eggs,
Yeah.
for some reason, the layer of the eggs with the sauce and everything, it just feels like a nice spongy addition to the whole loaded fries thing. So you get the sausage, the firmness of the sausage and then the fries, but then the cloudy egg just makes the dish even more special. This is amazing, and your sauce is A1.
Thank you.
We don't eat much over here. Just
Yeah, just small.
small. Just.
We're on diet.
But this is we're on a diet. Small, it's wavy.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Now let's try the shawarma.
Okay. Come on.
This is amazing. This is amazing. Honestly, this is amazing. But for all the good work you put in today, we have a gift from our good friends at GB Foods.
Wow.
Have a nice little package from Gino for you. So voila, it has the Gino Jollof mix, the pepper and onion, which is my personal favorite,
Okay.
the mayonnaise, some baked beans, curry powder, and of course the OG tomato mix. So over to you, Chef Kirk.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, this is your little gifty gift for coming through.
Thank you, Gino.
We appreciate you.
Thank you very
And
much.
honestly, you make amazing food. Whoever is your customer is very lucky. I'm about to be a repeat customer. You're about to chop all of my money when I'm tired of cooking. And Accra, I would ask you, just go out there, try something new today. Go into your supermarket or your local market, buy some ingredients, come home, make a home cooked meal. Because I mean, why not? Trust me, your cooking might be A1 and you just don't know it yet. But if you're looking for more recipes, you can catch us on YouTube, Foodie Friday. You can go to our playlist on the MX24 channel, catch a rerun of all our videos. And until next time, stay safe, stay blessed. I love you guys. KJV out. Mwah.